What is up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to change a water pump on this 1990 Ford F250. It's got the 5.8 liter V8 Windsor in it, 351 Windsor. So let's get straight to it. I recommend some lighting, and honestly the truck is, you have enough clearance on the bottom to kind of work on your back sort of comfortably. First, of course, WD-40. Let's go get those bolts. Actually, never mind, I have to take the shroud off first. So take the shroud off. Okay, now that I cut all the zip ties, yours might actually have screws in it. Mine's hella jerry-rigged, as you would say, just to work. But once you got that, you can lift this back, and there's 4 screws to take the fan out that we need to get to. They should all be 13. Okay, now that I have all the 4 boots loose, what is it, all 4 nuts loose? 4 bolts, all 4 bolts loose. I'm gonna just, this is actually kind of hard. I'm gonna set you right here. I'm basically going to take the fan off first, just because the shroud won't come off without it being out. I like to keep the bolts in just so that I don't have to worry about it, and then set it down somewhere safe. And then now you can move the upper coolant hose out the way and gently pull it out. You don't want to damage the radiator. I actually just replaced mine, which is, I don't know why my water pump is leaking after I just did it, but you know, it's old trucks. You fix one thing, another one breaks. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you can just manhandle this off. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, we're gonna need to tension the belt. All right, get yourself a 16, and we're gonna have to take this belt off. Well, not fully off, but at least tension it a little bit, just so I can slip it off. Now you might want to take a picture before you do that, because I know how the belt should be. Now you can take this thingy off. Ta-da! I'm gonna go put that over there too. Okay, now I need to take all the hoses off. This is not gonna be fun. I'd say a good first step is to probably drain the coolant. Now mine is right here. Okay, that works. Let me go get my pan. Okay, I got my pan. I'm gonna put it right underneath there. Hopefully it doesn't spill everywhere. That's not good. Oh, okay. Figured it out. You gotta take the cap off. This is a pressurized system, so you gotta take the cap off. This is gonna take so long. If you saw me, I guess by now what I was doing in the time lapse was all right, that was really annoying. Apparently I had to take this bracket off. I only had to take off 1 bolt because this truck is like a mystery farm truck, and I have been restoring it for the last 3 months. So mine only had 1 bolt. Yours may have more. You're gonna have to find. I'm sorry I don't have that in the video, but we did get it off here. I'm gonna clean it. It looks pretty clean already. I did regasket this about 3 months ago when I was trying to do the timing. I didn't really care about going back and actually replacing parts, but this is what you get when you don't care. Yeah. So it was weep holing down at the bottom right here. So it was leaking everywhere, and this was also leaking everywhere. So gonna replace that and put that in the old box, get my core back. And here is the brand new one. This thing looks so shiny. Look at that. I'm probably gonna have to take these bolts off and re-RTV it, because that does not look like there's any RTV in between there. There's a gasket. Do I need R250 yet? No clue. Anyway, brand new. Let's get this bad boy on. I'm gonna try to quickly show how to do RTV. I've only done this once, so feel free to correct me in the comments. Let's see this. So basically, what I've heard is to just Alright, that is a pretty even, generous coat. Put that on. And then I'll put some on here. Alrighty, so I assembled everything back together just as we took it apart. Make sure that your hoses, your clamps are on there good. They're not slanted. They're flat and flush, and they're not too tight, but they're tight enough and right behind the lip. I'd say the hardest thing of this job is literally getting the fan off. That is what I find most annoying, because after that, it's literally, you have so much space. You can just get, what is it, 13s, 14s, and 16s. There's no 15s on this. No 15s isn't a good thing. It's just like a random thing. But there's no 15s. And the belt is also pretty easy. I did say I was gonna like teach you how to do it, you know, like in depth, but my GoPros kept dying. So there might have been one time lapse where it was like really bad quality, and that was on my 7. This is on my 10. But yeah, I got my fan on, shroud back on. I have not filled it up with coolant simply because I want to let the RTV set overnight, just for the best chances of it not leaking still. Some people say give it 30 minutes, give it an hour. I might honestly just give it like a couple of hours, because where's my phone? I did this at like, well, I did that at 6, so it's already been an hour. I might give it till like 9, that's 3 hours, or 10. Put some coolant in this. I'm just gonna reuse coolant because I'm broke. I only have 1 bottle, and I realized I probably should have bought 2, but yeah. All right, day 2 of putting this water pump in. I wanted to let it set overnight. I recommend doing that just so that the RTV has time to basically skin up and thicken. It said you can do it, or you can put coolant in after 30 minutes and run it after an hour, but I don't feel like testing in or pushing my limits, so waited overnight, time to put some coolant in. And how I'll be doing this is I have new coolant that pretty sure you just gotta mix it 50-50. Concentrated, please add water. But anyways, I put the coolant in, I put the water in, and then I put old coolant in because that's like 3 days old coolant. And then yeah, run it. Alright, so I got the coolant in. It was a bit of a pain in the booty cheeks. I turned the truck off because I thought that would help like get coolant in. I don't know why. And that just didn't turn on. I had to like keep my foot on the floor for it to turn back on again. Something with the coolant sensors. But if I had to say to do it again, just keep your car on, rev it a couple times. You want to see a lot of bubbles come out. There's going to be a first wave, there's going to be a second wave. Oh shit, that's not good. Why are we doing that? I'd just give it a couple revs, turn the heat on inside. Normally you're done when it starts blasting heat, so it is hot. It will not take any more coolant. I'll put the extra in the overflow just so that if it does need more, it can take it. And yeah, that's how you do it. Thanks for watching.